Put that in a secret place where nobody else can find it. When the Yule people were living in a mud hut, I'm making this up as I go along. When my people were building the Parthenon. Next is handle. All right, so you see that little piece, looks like it's gonna pay off. I don't, by the time we're done, it should be pretty much even on both sides where the core is right there. Yeah, yours is really nice and bold. Let's see the other side. Perfect, yeah. And the core is, that's right. So that way we know if we're this close to the edge, then we know that core of 80 CRV2 is right there in the middle. But 15 and 20 makes an awesome knife in and of its own anyway. So that's the cool thing. When you're doing Damascus or you're making blends of stuff, it's always wise to use steels that are all good knife steels.
Right.
Back in the old days, I think they would use like 01 and some kind of mild steel that had some nickel in it. So they'd get a shiny and a dark steel. But if you start out with 1% carbon and you have two different types of steel and one of them has 0 carbon in it, by the time you're done you have pretty medium carbon steels. Not so great. So I like two really good high performance types of steel to blend together in anything, whether it's like this or 5 layers. I think, technically they call something that has more than 3, and I don't know the lingo, but it could be called gomai. I could be wrong on that. I just make my version of it. So we got texture, forged texture, and that looks cool. And then we have some shiny spots, and that looks cool. And now we're gonna do the handle. So what we're gonna do is, we've got these bronze pins. This is technically bronze brazing rod, and it's because I found it at the scrapyard, and I like stuff like that. So that's what we're using, bronze brazing rod. And we're gonna chamfer the ends, and these will be our handle pin material. And then after that, we'll epoxy our handles on, and when they're dry, we'll start shaping, and that's it.
How many pins do you have?
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then that is another one.
How many do you have? That would be 3 and 3. That would be 6.
Yes.
Or 5 plus 1.
It's 1 less than 7. All right. So the way I do this, I just hold it in my hand and I roll it. All right. Hey, I tightened up the belt on the rotary platen.
Cool.
Super loose. I can't reach that though. I'll let you reach it. There's no need for that ricasso area. That's just nonsense. Our handle is designed well enough. That is totally unnecessary for us.
You never would wrap it up into here?
Oh yeah, we're gonna wrap it up in there, but it's gonna roll right across here.
Okay.
But like some people will leave a gap. There's a handle, a gap, and then blade. And that makes 0 sense to me on any knife. If you wanna choke up on a knife, you never put your finger up in front of it in the choil area.
Right.
You pinch like you do a chef's knife. That way you don't get cut.
Yeah.
So you have more control that way. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to do mine like this. I'm just gonna cut it straight across. And yours,
Which side do you like to do? That side?
it don't matter, whichever side's fine. As long as we can see where we are. There we go. All right. So I just want to look. So we want to have that handle material come from about right here and roll back to about right. Yours is really right on the money. So we ain't got too much to cut. Once again.
All
right.
Weird.
We're gonna cut just a wee bit. We just want to make them even.
Okay.
So flat.
Cut it or sand it?
Both. So we're gonna trim just a bit. I'll show you. I'll do mine and you can do this one. There we go. And I'll put this. Plug this in. That's it. You do the same thing, and then we'll go to the next step. So just a little bit. So when you're grinding wood, if you run too fast, it'll burn it, even if it's sharp. So I'm going to attempt to clean this up with 400, which is not what I normally do, but I just want to see if I'm right. So I'm just going to clean the face of it up.
We're doing this now because once it's on the knife, you can't.
Can't do it. Yep. Yeah, that worked good. Just take it nice and easy. You should work perfect. It's not burning it?
Just a little bit, but I don't know if that's...
Let's see. Oh yeah, that's just from the grind. So keep going. You're doing good. You can go this way too, so you can turn it sideways.
Like this way?
Yeah, you can do that too. And go back and forth. Perfect. All right. So 400 is about as fine as you can sand something, and it still accept any kind of stain, especially on a wood as hard as this. So for me, in America, there's all kind of American hardwoods. Even ironwood is one, and it's beautiful. But this is hard and tough and the curly figured maple, and this is the same type of maple that we get maple syrup from. It's a sugar maple. There's a West Coast maple, and it's a big leaf maple, but it's softer. It's not as hard and dense as this stuff.
Cool.
And there's enzymes that are in this, even once it's been cured and dried and everything. You make cutting boards out of maple,
Yeah.
and it will, like you cut a raw chicken up on it, the enzymes in the wood will eat the bacteria. So it's kind of cool, neat stuff. Now we want to test fit. So I test fit mine. I got something in here that makes it not want to sit together. So it's good. It's in the place I want it to be. I'm seeing something I don't like, so I'm gonna try and fix it. Nice. Now let's have a look. That looks good. That looks good.
Looks good to me.
Yeah, let's see. So looks good this direction. And we are a little off up here, but that's my fault.
Okay. Do I just need to
So
back that off of here?
yeah, I'll show you. I always wanted to be a DJ. All right. Okay, so that's a good fit up. It's tight across here. I don't really see any gap. If we see a little bit of gap, it's not a big deal because we're going to dye the epoxy, yeah.
Okay.
Mine, I did see a problem, so I want to do something, and I think it's just because I have this, I don't know what to call it, but wires running everywhere. All right, this got a little unevenness in mine, so I know this block is perfectly flat. Sometimes grinding stuff is not perfectly flat, so now that's flat. That's flat. Now let's see what's on this. Okay, so I'm gonna test fit mine back. Pin, pin, pin. Nope. So if you buy 1/8" pins and you drill them with an 1/8" hole, they won't fit. You have to get bigger than an 1/8". So I get number 30s. So we drill these holes with what's called the number 30 bit, which is just a hair bigger.
Yeah.
Someone will watch this and give me the exact measurement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Whoever wants to do that, thank you for doing that. It's good because I actually know the exact measurement, but I like it when people have to figure it out for me. All right, so I'm fitting everywhere. That's good, but I did the same thing. See, I didn't take quite enough off. And the reason is like I want that to fit in there nice and snug. I don't need that space.
Right.
I don't need that ricasso area. That's an area that on a Quillian dagger, nice. On a rapier, nice. On certain things, it's good. But on choppers, I have less control. If I make a space between my handle and the cutting edge, a lot of people go, oh, I like to choke up on it like that. Choking up on knives should be done like this. Whether it's a chopper or a chef knife, if you want to use this in a different way, never stick your finger in front of a blade to choke up on it. It's not a great idea. Some knife designs lend itself well to them. I've made knives like that before, and it works fine, but the knife must be designed that way. It shouldn't be a flat spot or a space. It could be a curve. That works fine. I don't prefer the way it looks. However, it is safer because essentially that's, you know, making this a curve and making it longer than your finger can fit in it, that's totally fine. But I just want to be clear on that note. We're going to clean our handles just a bit with this acetone. So just make sure we're wiping off any grease or dust. Same thing here. Seems like maybe not necessary, but we're going to do it anyway. And this. And this. Now, unfortunately, we have 5-minute epoxy, which in the summertime is 2-minute epoxy. In the wintertime, it's 8-minute epoxy. But it's what we have. So I'll do this 2 times. I'll do this, and then I'll help you do yours. All right. The dye is one of the neatest things I've ever figured out. I used to put whatever in there. I'd grind up wood to make it darker, but I like the epoxy to be darker. This dye is made by a company called Alumilite, and it will make the epoxy any color you like. I like to make it black because it will hide any issue that you might have. It can hide it, but the other thing is use really good high quality epoxy. I'm using G-Flex. They use it on sailboats, good stuff. They don't pay me any money for endorsing them. But it would be cool if they did. Then we can fund that next video project pretty easy. Okay, I'm gonna take 2 equal parts of it. About that much. About that much. I'm gonna go like this. Doop, doop, doop. Mix that together. I learned that from the guy in the hibachi grill, you know.
Yeah. A little bit of that paint goes a long way, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it only takes a drop. I probably use 3 times as much as I need. So I want to mix this together really good. Now, once you get this on the scales, if you drop it, I say this 1,000 times, peanut butter side goes down always. It's like it's just one of those things. All right, got that. Now I'm gonna make this easy. I'm gonna swipe off half of it right there. And I'm gonna swipe off the other half right there. Okay. Now I'm gonna be done with that. And since I don't know where my trash can is, it'll go over there. Next thing, I'm gonna take this, spreading it on thick. So I got my pins. I'm just gonna take one and get it going in the hole. You could wear a glove with this. It'd be a lot easier on your hands, but I didn't think about that before we got started. Now we have 2 minutes left before full hardness of the epoxy. Pin, 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 pin. Shortest one I'm going to put right here. Pin. Now, I can take this side and I can take this side. Don't drop them. Get these going in the holes like that. Get these going in the holes like that. And then push those pins through until you see them come out. And sometimes you need a little assistance like that and that. Now, first is snug. Right in between here, snug, snugger, snugger, just tighter and tighter. Not like you're not trying to crush it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. Snug, 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 snug. Okay, now I can clean it. So I'm gonna loose that, get a cottony stick thing, get some acetone on it, and wipe that off. You know, these are not for your ear holes because it says it right on the box. Now I'm gonna set it aside. And that's it. I'll let it dry. Where did my trash can go, Curtis? Oh. Wipe your handle off, though. I didn't wipe your handle off. Pins are here.
Yep.
I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give a little bit on there for you. I'll let you hold that.
Holding it.
I'll pour your epoxy and then you mix it up, all right? So I'm going to set that in. Yeah, these are the insides. The other is the outside. I'll give the epoxy here to you. Plenty of that one, plenty of that one. Now, mix them up.
Boom.
Really good until it's all dark. If you get any of that on your hand, it will take all the oxygen out of your blood within 10 minutes. So don't get any of that black stuff on your hands, okay? I forgot to tell you that. We should have wore gloves, but there's an element of danger in making knives. I just want people to be aware of it. I just kind of come over here and slip half of it on that. Oop, now slip the other half on the other side. Good, all right. Keep that stick for a second. I'll take this part.
Okay, now spread a roof.
Now spread them around. Pins go in the holes.
All right, do I have to do the dipperoo first?
No, it looks like they're going down in there good, so we're fine. So just put them all in one side. Now,
Oh, I'm having a little issue
okay,
here.
let's see here.
Go hand. Oh, you got it on your skin. It was nice knowing you, dude.
All right. I'm immune to it. I've been taking a little bit over the last couple of years, so I'm totally, totally immune to it now, yeah.
There's that.
It's too slippery. I'm gonna try this clamp thing again. Snug, 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 snug. All right, cool. All right, I got a song stuck in my head that I don't like. It is a good song, I just can't get it out. I never knew what it was about though. That was a strange thing. I felt like I was on the cusp of it, then I was just like, it's about cats. It's about cars and trucks that have very powerful rear ends. No. All right, is it good?
I gotta get the other side.
Oh, I thought you would have been done by now. That's it. We'll set them over here. Could you imagine getting smacked by like the Big Show?